The Tempestus Scions, also known as Stormtroopers, are the elite special forces of the Astra Militarum, from a branch of the Administratum called the Militarum Tempestus. They are handpicked from youth and trained through the Schola Progenium, where they learn to be some of the toughest, most disciplined warriors of the Imperium. Tempestus Scions are intensely loyal, raised to obey their orders without a second thought, and they are often deployed on missions that demand pinpoint precision and relentless determination. They work closely with commissars, those iron-willed leaders who ensure that morale never falter, regardless of the challenge. Together, Tempestus Scions and commissars embody the Imperium's unyielding resolve, completing missions that would break most ordinary guardsmen and serving as the Imperium's elites across a million worlds. The Kasrkin, on the other hand, are the pride of Cadia, the legendary fortress world that stood as a bulwark against chaos before its fall. These elite troopers were originally handpicked from the Cadian shock troops, a cut above even their already skilled comrades, and they are considered as a type of Tempestus Scion, even though they are their own thing. Kasrkin undergo brutal training specifically to defend their homeworld with unrivaled loyalty and grit. They are often referred to as grenadiers, carrying heavier weaponry and possessing the kind of advanced tactical skills that place them on par with the Tempestus Scions. But where the Scions are trained to fight for the entire Imperium, Kasrkin were trained with an unbreakable loyalty to Cadia itself, embodying discipline for which they are famous for. The journey to become a Tempestus Scion begins in the Schola Progenium, which is a system of academies that takes in war orphans from across the Imperium. These young ones are known as the Progenia Novum. These kids, often from the most battered worlds, they are thrust into an intensely structured and brutal education where every trace of their former lives are scrubbed away. The Schola Progenium's ultimate goal is to shape them into unwavering servants for the Imperium, and only those who endure the grueling trials of compliance are considered worthy. Those who pass the selection day are separated into different parts based on their aptitudes, and most are assigned to the Schola Tempestus, where the truly punishing training to become a Tempestus Scion begins. For 3 brutal years, recruits undergo rigorous conditioning, pushing both body and mind to the edge. The mortality rate is high, but those who make it are tempered into resilient warriors with no room left for fear or doubt. Upon graduation, they join the Tempestus Scions Regiment and are outfitted with the top-tier gear, customized weapons, resilient armor, and tactical equipment from the Ordo Tempestus. In return, they are expected to undertake the most dangerous missions and execute every command without hesitation. By the time they finish their training, these soldiers are amongst the deadliest, most disciplined warriors of the entire Astra Militarum. For the Kasrkin, recruitment starts early as well, though their path is a bit different from the Scions. Hailing from Cadia, these elite soldiers are drawn from the Cadian Youth Army, particularly the Cadian White Shields, the young cadets who train in the Cadian Planetary Defense Forces. From this pool, only the toughest are selected, and they first prove their worth by surviving frontline battles as part of the Cadian shock troops. Even as ordinary guardsmen, they are forged in the fires of combat, and those who thrive under this constant pressure are given the honor of joining the Kasrkin. Additional training is laid on top of what they have already endured, testing them to their limits in hostile environments to ensure that each soldier has the strength, discipline, and composure needed to confront the horrors of the 41st millennium. Some Kasrkin also undergo minor bioenhancements to improve their endurance without slowing them down, allowing them to wield their heavier weapons with remarkable agility. They have a strong sense of tradition and discipline rooted in the Cadian culture, even after the planet's fall. For the Kasrkin, the legacy of Cadia itself serves as a mental fortress against the nightmares they face, and each one carries the pride and resilience of their homeworld into every battle. Cadia stands. The Tempestus Scions wield some of the Astra Militarum's best war gear, optimized for their roles as elite special troopers. They primarily use the hot-shot lasgun, which is a high-energy weapon that is better than the standard lasguns and channel intense armor-piercing blasts, making it ideal for close-quarters combat against hardened targets. Scions carry hot-shot las pistols, and for situations requiring heavier weaponry, they are trained with hot-shot volley guns, as well as specialized weapons like the plasma guns and melter guns. They also carry grenade launchers rounding out their arsenal for every mission. Their armor, the Tempestus Carapace armor, is more resilient than the standard flak armor, and they also include respirators and advanced targeting optics, which allows them to remain effective in toxic environments and low visibility conditions. This combination of durable armor, precise weaponry, and adaptable war gear enables Tempestus Scions to be able to execute high-stakes complex operations with deadly efficiency. The Kasrkin, which are elite variants of Cadia, carry similarly specialized gear, which reflects their status amongst the finest soldiers of the Astra Militarum as a whole. Their primary weapon is also the hotshot lasgun, which allows the Kasrkin to handle fortified positions and armored foes with precision. They also wield hellguns, another lasgun variant with armor-piercing capabilities, as well as hotshot las pistols for close-range engagements. They are versatile in their loadout. Kasrkin use grenade launchers, plasma guns, melter guns as needed, while sergeants often carry power swords for an edge in close combat, melee combat. The Kasrkin arsenal also includes flamers for crowd control and frag and crack grenades for adaptable responses to enemy forces. Their armor also consists of heavy carapace plates, offering greater protection than the standard flak armor, and are designed to withstand hazardous environments. The armor is integrated with advanced communications, targeting systems, and optics, enhancing the Kasrkin's situational awareness in the complex battle scenarios that plague the Cadian world. The Tempestus Scions are the Astra Militarum's shock troops, the special troopers, dropped right into the heart of action for high-stakes, high-priority missions. They are unlike the elite grenadiers of other regiments, as that they are in themselves a separate regiment. As elite soldiers, assault ones, they specialize in precision strikes against fortified enemy positions and can quickly adapt to shifting battlefield scenarios. Scions are often deployed to take out key targets and disrupt enemy operations, making them valuable for behind-the-line missions. Whether they're using grav chutes for fast deployments or moving in armored transports, their aim is always the same: to hit hard and disrupt the enemy with lethal accuracy. Since they are constantly recruited and trained by the Schola Progenium, their numbers would be in the millions as compared to the billions or even trillions of guardsmen all over the galaxy. They are certainly more in number than the Kasrkin and the other specialized units of other regiments if compared one-on-one. The Kasrkin, on the other hand, the toughest variants of Cadia, are like the Navy SEALs, which are attached to the larger force but operate in most specialized areas. They are a disciplined force known for handling some of the fiercest fighting in the Astra Militarum. As heavy assault infantry, they lead charges against the enemy fortifications with their powerful, heavy weapons. Kasrkin units are also experts at holding critical defensive positions, thanks to their unshakable discipline and training in the Cadian defensive tactics. Their experience fighting chaos has toughened them further, making them particularly well suited to face heretical forces, as they rely on the enduring Cadian spirit to stay focused and effective amidst the horrors of the warp, and they are also a bit resilient against warp sorcery and corruption. After the destruction of Cadia in the 13th Black Crusade, the people of that world have been reduced significantly in number, and thus the Kasrkin are also a dying breed, and would be in the thousands or maybe the tens of thousands left as of the current timeline. So in comparison, the Tempestus Scions have a significant advantage in numbers over the Kasrkin. Scions are recruited from the Schola Progenium, which spans the Imperium, allowing them to maintain large numbers of recruits across countless worlds. The Kasrkin, by contrast, were originally drawn from the Cadian shock troops and trained to protect Cadia specifically. Since Cadia's fall, the Kasrkin numbers have dwindled likely into the thousands or tens of thousands, making them a rare but still an elite force. Training for both units are intense, but it varies in focus. Scions are molded from a young age in the Schola Progenium, enduring a ruthless, indoctrinated training regime that prioritizes total loyalty to the Imperium. The Kasrkin's training, however, is rooted in the culture and grit of Cadia, involving intense battlefield experience as shock troops before their selection into the Kasrkin. This makes them naturally resilient to chaos and warp-related horrors. The Scions training gives them unmatched discipline for complex and dangerous missions, while the Kasrkin training excels in mental toughness and fortified defense against chaos, and they also have more experience due to them being in the shock troops before being in the Kasrkin. Both the Scions and the Kasrkin use high-grade war gear, but the Scions have an edge in terms of specialized equipment, and that being in the Order Tempestus, they have a wider reach and can draw from the best weapons from a million worlds. Scions have access to the Tempestus carapace armor, which is reinforced for advanced targeting systems and respirators, which is optimized for their high-risk missions. Their primary weapon, the hotshot lasgun, is paired with powerful sidearms and options for hotshot volley guns, plasma and melter weapons, making them highly adaptable. The Kasrkin are similarly well equipped with hotshot lasguns, hellguns, and heavy carapace armor. However, their equipment is more traditional and focused to heavy assault, with less customization than the Scion's gear. And so while the Scions function as shock troopers with roles in infiltration, assassination, and high-priority strikes, often targeting high-value assets in enemy lines, behind enemy lines, their tactics involve precision and quick, decisive action, and they operate as an independent regiment capable of executing high-stakes missions across the wider Imperium. The Kasrkin, while also elite, are more focused on heavy assault and defensive roles, and they excel at holding key positions or breaking through enemy fortifications. Their role is more in line with the traditional elite infantry and heavy support for the Astra Militarum's main forces, whereas the Scions are highly specialized in strategic strikes, and that is the main difference. So that in a nutshell is the comparison between the Tempestus Scions and the Cadian Kasrkin. So if you like this video, then watch this other one too, and if you want to browse for other sci-fi and Warhammer content, then check out our channel. So subscribe, like for support, and yeah, while you're at it, bang on that bell icon for notifications on new video uploads. Till the next time, take care, boys.